You are now tuned into the truth frequency.
We are TFR. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
It is Tuesday, my dudes.
Good morning, TFR.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
And a happy Tuesday to you all. Good morning. Welcome to the Ironworx right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Yeah, but it's just another friggin' Tuesday. Morning, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Zachariah. How are you all? It's fine and lovely Tuesday.
I was dumb last night.
I was dumb last night. What did you play too long?
But no, I can't say I was dumb. I was excited, I should say. Kind of like a child at Christmas. I ordered another Tesla coil. So I was laying there thinking about what I'm going to do, and I was even laying there thinking about my next Tesla coil, the even stronger one that I want to get one day eventually.
Let me get this straight. You're already daydreaming about your third Tesla coil before your second one has even arrived?
Well, yeah, this one is more or less, I got a really good deal on it, and it's going to light up those gases in the tubes really well, but it's not going to send electricity, 2 miles. I mean, it might. I don't know. We'll see.
Who are you to say?
But yeah, exactly. I don't know yet. I haven't tried it. So, but no, I've been watching that Parker Edmondson, and it is so simple doing this stuff. It's amazing. So yeah, I'm excited. Just laying there, trying to fall asleep, thinking about all the cool stuff that we should have around us right now and all that. Yeah, it was. I don't even know what time I fell asleep, but that's why I stayed up way too late.
Shouldn't we have flying cars by now?
Oh, we should. At least the hoverboard, right?
Well, it wasn't. Day before yesterday, I guess, would have been the day George Jetson got born.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So, in the next.
Well, speaking of it not being another Tuesday, today was the day Ian was born. Happy B-Day, my brother. Happy Corporation Formation Day.
Glad to see that sun made it all the way back around its full circuit. From spot to spot.
Jeremy, I figured you sent me an email. I spent the weekend away from everything. Despite the amazing Friday morning and Friday afternoon show we all had together, I spent the weekend totally away from internet,
except for occasional gaming. I just spent a lot of time with Michelle. So sorry I didn't dig in like I told you I would, but I will get to it today, my friend. I promise.
Did she get any good stuff at the estate sale?
Oh, she always does. She always does.
Did she bring you home any toys or trinkets?
She brought me home a few little magazines, a couple of 3 or 4 Cream issues, a couple of Bananas and Dynamites, because, we were all in 5th grade at one point. The actual made for it little gig bag that fits on my little Flying V guitar. It's shaped, specifically for it. She actually had it. They still had it there. They didn't know it was what it was for. They just thought it was another weird case he had. So she got that for me. So yeah, it was a nice little round 2 over there at the Madness. It was pretty crazy. She said still over there when they went Saturday, it was still like probably more than half full of stuff. So I don't know what those people will probably have another weekend of it next weekend, I guess.
But it was worth it, wasn't it?
Oh, it was to me for me to get the music I got and get the guitar I got. Yeah, it was a wiki.
I'm saying it was worth missing it over the weekend because you didn't go with Shell Friday because you.
Yeah, I didn't go Friday, but she came back early Saturday after they got through and we hung out. So.
But yeah, you were all.
Yeah, it was worth it not going because the show we had Friday night was like beyond the most brand-breaking one we've had in quite a while. I know we say that all the time, but truly the literal digging that Mike has done into this idea, this concept, walking the walk is not even the word for it. It's amazing the stuff he presented Friday night. Somehow, if you missed it, or if you relate to it and look back and saw 5 hours, and you were like, "Holy crap, I can't do that." Yeah, it's worth it. It's so worth it. And I even a couple of times tried to kind of stop the whole thing because we were getting into that 2.5, 3 hour point, and I could feel that he was just hitting his stride, and it was going to be even more brain breaking. So we just kind of let it roll, and it was a lengthy one, but my goodness, take it in small doses if you have to. Once you get that burn going, though, you'll probably do the whole 5 hours in one sitting. It was pretty incredible. And I'm sitting here still gazing into this rock that he made me aware of the fact that it's some type of biogenetic. I can't think of the right word because it's too early and the coffee's not on me yet. But yeah, it definitely has the crystalline internal sections. It has weird little subcutaneous layering. There's areas where you can see the crystals that are definitely inside. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. I sent some pictures to the group, and I think I sent them to Telegram. I told myself to. Whether I actually did or not, I'll have to go check. But I know I said I would Friday night after I took them to let everybody kind of say, "Hey, what is that?" And that they're everywhere because I literally found that in a landscaped area around some plants that are placed along, like trees placed along the sidewalk there in Oregon, just part of the landscape, not really a nature walk at all, just walking down the street. So you'll find them in a restaurant parking lot. You'll find them in your own driveway. Just go look around.
Oh, and if you missed it, Saturday, Mike, I think it was Saturday, he did his where he cut through a bunch of them. He released that.
I knew he was going to, and even like twice I kept saying to myself, there's something going on Saturday I need to go watch. But like I said, when she wound up coming home early, and we just made it an us weekend, so I just didn't even go back to YouTube. So damn it, I did miss it. I will go watch it though. Don't spoil it, Zach. I know your tendencies.
That's what I do. I give you some time.
Please, I will. Like truly, today I will go to it because when I tell you that this had me up, I told Paul, the whole family, I sent them the link and I explained, look, we don't go 5 hours anymore. We do our best not to average 3 hours, but this one there was just too much, and he wanted to get it in, and there was no way to not do the thread he was on because to come back to it, he'd had to explain that whole first hour, 3 hours worth to get to the last 2 hours worth. So yeah, it definitely had to go like it did, and I'm so glad it did. And we just scratched the surface.
Yeah, we have no right to bitch. It's like Nemo 4 a.m. for him.
Yeah, right. He rearranged his life for us. True. So, and he was excited. You could see the passion and the excitement, and he was just pumped up. So I can't wait to go see what he did with the Saturday cut. I can't wait to see.
I told him we'll give him some time, since he does rearrange his sleep schedule and all that. But we're definitely going to have Mike on again soon so he can finish his presentation. But it is good like this to give people some time in between them to absorb all that stuff, because he presented so much information. It's just crazy the amount of research he has done on all this stuff. Yeah, just mind blowing. How was your weekend, Josh?
It was quiet. Finally got the grass cut. That's about the extent of it.
How's your back, man? I know you were suffering after that 5 hours.
Yeah, Saturday was finally got some relief. I did manage to scrounge up another nurdle, and I think that's what did it. Friday night, I was just
I think
done.
I took it from you Saturday.
Did you get it?
I'm sorry. What'd you do?
I was helping the neighbor put his fence back up. A tree had fallen and knocked down a couple posts. We had to replace one of the posts and concrete in another, and all that fun stuff. Go to the hardware store and get all the lumbers and stuff like that. And pulling out the post, I think, is what did it, because one post had been hit, but it wasn't broken. It had so it was real loose. So instead of digging it out like I was planning on, he's 84, 85, my neighbor, and he's out there helping me, trying to lift bags of concrete and stuff. It's like, dude, stop. Just stop. But hey, he's a hardworking man, And so he goes and grabs his post and just starts pulling on it. It's like, no, stop. Don't. Miss Lillian will kill me if I let you kill yourself out here. So I go and grab the post real quick, not in a good spot, and just start helping him yank on it. And yeah, I felt it. Just that little twing right in the bottom of your back, lower left side. I was like, oh, great. There goes 4 or 5 days of not being able to bend over without going, ooh. Yeah, getting old.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad when I'm just doing like the litter, Well, I do. I mean, we have like 3 going, 3 boxes in different rooms, but I'm like halfway through the second one and my back is going boing, boing, bing. It's like, God, man, come on, really? I'm just bending over and scooping. I'm not doing like heavy lifting. I'm not doing anything. I'm bending correctly. It's like, come on, dude. I want to go to them other domes and rejuvenate. Shout out, nice. Which again, I went to the channel and tried to do a little digging and tried to figure out how there would be a way to get him in here. So I'm not sure. I'm doing it. I'm working on it. It's going to happen.
You got me thinking about them cathedrals. Here, I was thinking you're going to be talking about going to cathedrals, to feel better, getting under those domes. What if the cathedrals were just representations of other lands? Everybody's under their own little dome, and here we are. And this represents another dome, and this one represents a whole nother dome. I don't know. Just
what if
early morning
all
thoughts.
the different types of people, Asian, Caucasian, Hispanic, whatever, all the different, not ethnicities, but races. What if they all come from different domes?
Well, of course.
Brought in one at a time until they learn to adjust and live together, until this last one came in and they just couldn't seem to do it. Just couldn't seem to learn to get along with everybody else.
Those darn custodians.
We had another asteroid come real close, or it's coming real close. So just don't get too scared when you hear about it.
So what you need to get Dave to do is a new feature on the app. Every time a asteroid doesn't hit Earth, it goes wop 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 wop.
Oh my gosh! I still haven't I can't turn it off. I love it. I love hearing the little ping. Last night it was going off like crazy.
3 a.m. I woke up, came out, and it dings. It was Sunday night, I guess. Dixie and I were in the kitchen, maybe playing with the bunny or doing something. and it dings. And I tell her, like, you know what that is, don't you? Then about 20 minutes later, it dings again. We both just glance at each other. Every time it dings, we just chuckle, laugh, look at each other.
Yeah, I love it. And just think of what that's doing. That many people all at once getting a notification of that, it brings me joy and happiness. You know, it really does. Just that little ding. It's just, I just get a grin on my face. I can't help it. But imagine, like, 70,000 people all getting that feeling all at the same time. Like a spike in potential right there. Just this happiness surge all across the plane, all at the same time. Yeah, I think it's going to do some really cool stuff. And David sent me this video about people have been researching, our ability to not so much change the world around us, but to like speak telepathically, kind of, just sending messages, sending information through the air. We have this ability. Just like a Tesla coil can send its energy to another Tesla coil, that's grounded, we can send energy to other human beings through the air. We have this ability. I think we've really lost this ability, but it's there. They've been studying this for decades.
Go visit those Amish folk and tell me they can't communicate through the air.
Yeah.
Well, you know what makes it easier to communicate through the air?
Not taking showers.
When you when you forget to push the button, Josh. Push the button, Josh. I just went to Rockfin and I see the scheduled show, but it's actually not going.
I was just doing so good.
I know you were, and I didn't want to interrupt you, Zach, for that, but it had to happen because we're almost through with the first half here, and they're not enjoying it with everybody. So,
well, they're my apologies. Big shout out to Lunderground out there too. I did post a link to Lunderground's Telegram group.
Nice.
There's not that many people on there. I think you guys should go check it out. There's some pretty good.
I didn't know. I'm ill informed.
There are some information that gets sent across there that's really, really good. And he's also got a Twitter account too.
Baby,
so
you gotta get out. I'm sorry, y'all. She's
go give him a follow on Twitter.
Sorry.
For all your flat Earth Mandela effect and numerology needs.
And then I was thinking about, that wasn't my only thing I was laying there thinking about, the Flat Earth Lab, where it's going to be, what it's going to have in it. Yeah, it's going to have a big vacuum chamber, big Faraday cage I can climb into to do tests. I was thinking it should be somewhere that's away from, I was going to take the meter and just start going. And once it read 0 on the meter for RF, radio frequencies and all that kind of stuff, then that's where I'd put it. Because I want it to be in a place that's, away from as much electrical disturbances as possible. And I thought I can just build a big, giant Faraday cage made out of something. But yeah, I think we need a place. And I'm just putting it out there in the ether, just sharing my thoughts with the ether. Just put it out there. Just thinking it'll happen, right? So there's going to be a lab, a flat Earth university lab, or something like that. That doesn't have to be the name, but and I want to be a part of that. I don't know. I like educating. I do. I like educating people. Now I couldn't do like 7 classes a day of teaching the same thing over and over and over. Nah, I don't think I'd like that. But I love sharing information and teaching. And I'd love a place that had other people there that could help with videoing stuff. And that's usually the hardest part about catching these phenomena and sharing them with you, is holding a video recorder, turning a wheel, and, you know, making sure everything else. It'd be so much easier with a couple more hands around.
Just get you a strap for your head, man. Strap it on your forehead and go.
GoPro everything. I'd be doing it backwards or something. You know me. This darn technology. I was trying to help David do one part of a new thing he's getting ready to put out on the app. I swear I felt like an old man trying to figure out a universal remote control. It wasn't happening. There was like no button to go to where I wanted to go. It just wasn't there. I don't know. So I let Dave down. I was like, Dave, I feel like an old man. He's like, yeah, everybody's having issues. We'll just something about next week. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. But yeah, this technology, you know, I want to be screwed when they say, oh, you just plug this little thing into your port in the back of your head. That's when me and technology are going to take a hard break. I mean, I said I would
Now,
never
Zach, that's not how to talk about our coming robot overlords. You better get down, buddy.
I said I'd never have a smart. I did for the longest time.
Oh, did I cuss people walking through my mall when I was managing that arcade, and I began to see the phones popping into their hands, and they just wouldn't shut up while they're at my ticket counter and while I'm trying to fix my game, while they're walking. And I said, you know, there is nothing that important. Nothing is that important that you can't shut up for 5 seconds and deal with these people that are in front of you and stop being rude. But it began, and this was like 98, 99, I don't know. Pre-2000s for sure. And at that point, I swore I would never have one. And it was 2003 when I won that Razor when I got my first cell phone, because they gave it to me.
Dude.
Yep.
That's when I got mine.
Yep, the Razor got me.
No way.
Yeah, I had already fought them there already. They were trying to give me phones because I was on this retention team that, you know, we were having people cancel all the time. So I was keeping them there and getting them in, you know, back in bigger programs, whatever. And so we were kind of my team. I was constantly getting little awards, and they were like offering us all the phones up to that point that were out, all kind of fancy little BlackBerry type, keep up with your life type stuff. And again, I never had anything that important. I couldn't just leave it alone for a little while. So I never wanted a phone that would just constantly beeping and booping and all this on my belt loop. So I didn't like, I just said, can you give me money instead of the phone? Let's do that. Never could do that though. Oh, well, if you don't want the phone, we'll give some t-shirts. Like, yay, thanks. But that Razor was pretty. It got me. It's like, you know, I wouldn't mind toting that around. So yeah, that's the one that I finally said, okay, I'll accept it.
2003. Yep, that's exactly when I got mine.
So keep saying you won't get that port. That's all I'm saying, Jack.
I ain't getting no port. I'll tell you what. Oh, wow. We're almost up to the first break. That's crazy. That flew by.
You must have been watching on Rockfin.
Sorry about that, Rockfin. I see Callum Wilkinson has got some better internet connection, and he has been joining panels again as of late. Awesome. We need more people like Callum out there sharing their ideas.
Duly noted, Special K.
You think I didn't go, when I heard that information? But you are correct. We are seconds. Well, not seconds.
Well,
minutes,
of course, seconds.
Minutes.
It's all seconds, right?
It's all seconds. But there's lots of.
Yep, lots of.
There's lots of. I have something for this. Damn it, what was it?
I don't know. You better stretch it out through 3 more segments, though.
Well, I know I can breathe again now. I can definitely breathe again now. I was worried about Flytoberfest. I knew the testicle I have, it can light up all the gases, but you're not supposed to put that much power into it. I was way overdoing it. And I was smelling the smoke coming out of the wires here. And I was just running it for like not even a minute at a time. And if I was at Flytoberfest, all the smoke would be let out of those wires. I guarantee it. A child comes up, can I see the gas inside the tubes or the light in the tube? I can't tell them no. There's no way I'd be able to do that. So no, this one, it wasn't too expensive. I got a really great deal on it. Found a really cool place, a mom and pop's business type place. It's not like a big corporation. So I'm going to get a hold of them either today or, I'm going to see the Tesla coil first, make sure it works really well and it's, of some quality. But I'm going to ask them if they want me to advertise where I got my Tesla coil at Flytoberfest and maybe get some, coupon code or something like that for people that want one at Flytoberfest. They could ask me where I could give them my coupon code and they can go order one from this mom and pop shop in Michigan.
I think it'd be worth reaching out. What are the chances they're going to be able to gather that many people interested in even buying a Tesla coil all
No
at one
doubt.
spot?
That would be, yeah.
That's what I told. We get at least 400 to 600 people. And that was during all the nonsense. We were still getting 400 people at the, to come out. With all that travel restrictions and all that stuff going on, I think this is going to be a big Flytoberfest.
Yeah. That's the end of the first
segment.
segment.
I like helping mom and pops.
What did you just say?
I like helping mom and pops.
Always good to help the mom and pops. Stick around. We've still got more coming up on the second half of the first half right after these messages.
A young person starting their career should find something that they're passionate about to do. It's very hard. If you don't love your work, you're never going to be great at it. You guys will find that you have passions, and having a passion is a gift. I think we all have passions, and you don't get to choose them. They pick you, but you have to be alert to them. You have to be looking for them. And when you find your passion, it's a fantastic gift for you because it gives you direction, gives you purpose. All your work won't feel like work to you. Many kids, many grown-ups do figure out over time what their passions are. I don't think it's that hard. I think what happens though sometimes is that we let our intellectual selves overrule those passions. You can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. Which one of those, when you're 90 years old, are you going to be more proud of? If you can get your work life to be where you enjoy half of it, that is amazing.
The reviews for Extendivite are amazing. Here are some from Amazon. September 2018. Extendivite works in keeping my blood pressure in the normal range. I've been using Extendivite for many years now. May 2018. Great product. I use regularly and I rarely get sick. March 2018. This product has relieved what appeared to be angina pain in my chest and shortness of breath after climbing stairs. I'm quite happy about it. February 2018. My husband, son, and I have been using this product for a few months now, and we have noticed an improvement in our joints and blood pressure. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Travis Cook, America's Evil Genius, here to invite you to join us every Tuesday afternoon here on Truth Frequency Radio. No, on our show, you will not see a bunch of three-piece suits or a cocktail party, and you certainly won't see a bunch of inside the Beltway banter. But you will see eye-gouging, crotch-kicking, no-holds-barred political discussion, the likes of which you won't see anywhere else in media. America's Evil Genius. We come to you every Tuesday from the outskirts of war-torn St. Louis, Missouri, where there's always a good race rider sex scandal just around the corner. Join us every Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Central, and noon on the left coast right here on TFR Live. TruthFrequencyRadio.com. America's Evil Genius, Travis Cook, on TruthFrequencyRadio.com.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Noise wasn't quite as bad, and we went right on up, and I saw darkness. I thought I was going to see the world, but we weren't quite high enough.
And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the Ironworx, kicking off now. Right freaking now. And I made it back before the end of the break.
And I didn't even leave. I was just typing away. So saying hey to all the good fine folks there in the chat. Hi, good fine folks. There in the chat.
The GFFs?
Yeah, we decided everything's better with a bong. It was the consensus.
So remember earlier we were talking about hooking up to the port?
Yeah. And you said you were just never going to take it up the port, as I recall.
So what happened during that break, Zach? Did you finally pour it up?
No. I found an article, though, from Wired.com that says the age of brain-computer interfaces is on the horizon.
Well, yeah.
Synchron has implanted its BCI in a U.S. patient for the first time, bringing it a big step closer to distribution. So there is a brain-computer interface in someone's head right now. Just saying it's not, I don't know how well it's working. It can take, these devices work by eavesdropping on the signals emanating from your brain and converting them into commands that then enact a movement, like moving a robotic arm or a cursor on a screen. Yeah. It's not, being done in just mice or this or that, or it's in a human being's head. Now, whether it's working or not is a, He's vague about the price of the implant, saying it will cost in the order of magnitude of the cost of a car. That's pretty vague.
Right. I can buy a $500 car. I can buy a $3 million car.
$1 million car, yeah. And it says there's quite a few companies working on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what this isn't the quote, but this is, or the very end of it. But yeah, this guy says it pretty well. This is Burkhart. Not sure. Not even going to go back and try to find his full name, but Ian Burkhart. He says you have to have a little bit of good faith in these companies that they're doing things for the right reasons. Sorry, Ian. No.
Right. That's why companies go into business. That's why companies stay in business. We're only interested in doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We're not going to do what makes us the
money.
Most money. Right.
Bottom line, right? Scary stuff. And I'm not scared of it because I'm not going to get it. I'm scared of what this is going to do to people. I mean, we were just talking about how bad it is. People walking around staring at these phones all day long, not looking up and seeing the world around them. Imagine your head's hooked up to it now. You don't got to do anything. You just blink an eye or something, and there's your screen. I don't know. It's weird. And I don't know if I want any computer analyzing my brainwaves all that closely. I don't know.
It would take 2 long blinks to fire up that screen. So that would be the way to do it.
Blink, double blink, long blink, double long blink, blink and hold.
Yeah. Not for me.
But I kid that brainly injected people. Oh my goodness. I thought I had this story actually dropped in the thing too. I can't find it. Apparently I saw it and just laughed at it so much. Didn't even drop it. Unless it was so far back, I just never did find it yet. Go ahead, sorry.
Have you heard the flip flopping by the Roscosmos?
No, what, they're gonna stay now?
Yep. They're staying.
They probably heard about Voyager waking up. That's probably why.
Yeah. They're gonna stay on the ISS until their space station is built. So before it was we're out 2024, we're done. And in that same article, it said it will be the minimum of 2027 to 2030 before we could have our own space station, if even at all.
Do you know how much a monthly subscription to After Effects costs? That shit is expensive. So I can imagine it's going to take a while to save up for that first month run. They can probably get it for free with a credit card, but don't tell them.
Oh. And the news from the James Webb Telescope. A truther went into the metadata and found Adobe Photoshop in every single image. They were all created in Adobe Photoshop. Every image was good. Now, they could be multiple images all spliced together, but that's not really what we're told. I mean, there's 18 whatever images.
Isn't that
right?
exactly what we're told, is that it's a bunch of mirrors and they have to align all of the mirrors?
Yeah, but isn't it the images that they give us are already like...
That's what I thought, yeah.
Oh yeah, but they want to present the best options for the stars. I mean, you wouldn't record a $1 trillion movie and give all the flub scenes, would you? Know you want those good scenes, so of course you're gonna.
Yeah.
In Photoshop.
We don't just watch the dailies and run those to print. Nope, we got to go through, we edit it, we VFX it, we produce it, we get all the good stuff, we polish it, we shine it, and then we release it as one full.
Why would we want to have
movie.
raw actual data to fucking analyze and actually figure out the world around us from? I mean, that would be boring, I'm certain.
Right.
Definitely not bingeable.
Couldn't they just put the pictures that they get sent back? Just show us the pictures, what you see. Show us those pictures before you put them into Photoshop. Or are you creating them whole cloth in Photoshop?
Oh my goodness. And if you really don't buy anything we're saying, the James Webb Space Telescope's first stunning photo is now a dress. This is from space.com. Now they're, I guess, garment distributors, space.com.
Drop these links for me, please, sir.
He wants this one, huh? Oh my goodness. A dress with a bunch of stars on it. I'll put it in the Ironworx. Is that okay?
Sure.
Absolutely, sir. Wherever you would like for it to drop.
And I will also drop this for you in chat, just so y'all can get a chuckle. Or maybe order you a new dress there, Callum.
Oh, goodness.
So NASA just realized that they can do all over printing on shirts and dresses and sweatshirts and hoodies.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they've had their After Effects subscription for some time now, so they can go ahead and pop that sublimation layer on that bad boy like that.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they could have been doing this a while back. I think NASA's just stupid. We can do all over. Look, it's a dress, and we managed to get the stars all over it. That'll be $85. Probably more than that, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I was just gonna go look and see. I didn't click into it, but I was like, you know what? I want to see how much they're charging for this dress.
I'm gonna say $129.99 is my guess.
People dream.
Now, don't read it off, Walter. What's your guess?
My guess for that dress.
For that dress,
in
Price is
today's
Right.
world, I say $80.
$80 from NASA. An official.
That's 95% cotton.
Oh, $79.99 now.
All right, Zach. What's the grand total?
What we got? How close? Who gets to the final showdown?
The showcase showdown.
Out of here. No fucking way.
Yep.
Available for pre-order on the Svaha USA website. The dress is priced at $79.99 USD.
That's
with a
awesome.
cheaper top and cardigan being sold for $44.99 each.
Daz was right. Nobody messed up my psychic abilities.
It was the cotton. You had to hear the cotton part.
Cotton's what,
That's what gave it away. I can't believe you nailed that to the penny, dude.
That's what gave it away.
Wow. $79.99. Well, Illuminati confirmed. Walt, you already bought one for sale.
Shit, that was it, right? Right. Where you at, Lunder?
Walt's got 3 on the way. He's like, didn't take into account bulk pricing, did you?
Yeah, that's on the. Oh my.
Oh my goodness! You can't make this stuff up, folks. That wasn't planned at all. I just found this article. I swear. Oh my goodness!
How about a little black dress? Just a plain black dress, and we can call it "Stars from the Moon."
They probably charge more.
Or maybe we get like some Mike LeBrash little black dresses, and every once in a while it'll just flash stars. Sometimes you see the stars, and sometimes you won't. You just never know.
So, did you guys hear about this Saudi guy who is building a building?
Whoa, what?
What happened?
Building a building? What?
170 kilometers long.
Oh, he's dumb.
Taller than the Empire State Building. It's going to look like a mirror. 170 kilometers long, horizontal skyscraper mirror line.
In the sand.
In the sand.
Right.
He's going to spend $1 trillion to build this.
I'm sure it's real easy to keep things bright and shiny and smooth in a wind-blown sandscape.
Yeah. I don't think they thought about this very well. Well, he is a Saudi prince, so maybe the laws of nature don't apply to his wishes.
He's just more dollars than cents.
I wonder what they're going to do about the whole curve of the earth. 170 kilometers long. We should be able to see the curve of the earth in this skyscraper, wouldn't you think?
Maybe he's going to make it flat. That way at the end, he'll have to support it a whole bunch.
It'll just be sticking off into space a little bit.
Oh, right.
But yeah, I mean, to make that nice and plumb and level with the ground, and so you're,
that's what the
I mean, you'd be standing at an angle eventually.
Right. That's what the Leaning Tower of Pisa was. That was just using their early calculations. When they were using that 3 million miles to the sun to triangulate exactly how much curvature there should be.
Right.
We're just going to lay this
Yeah,
right across the curve
something.
of the earth. Oh, well, that doesn't quite look right.
That's not it, guys.
So we'll see if they're doing space lettuce over there. Because I don't think Saudi Arabia has a space program. Do they? I'm not sure. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think they're being smart like England, and they may just make astronauts and not go the whole length of the lie.
Yeah, well, I think they make most of their money off the oil, not off the backs of the taxpayers. Yeah. Especially when most of their taxpayers are goat herders in the mountains. It's really kind of hard to collect on them. So, yeah, they're probably not looking for ways to fleece the public, since it's so hard to fleece the public out there. We'll just make billions and billions and billions off gold and oil. It'd be fine.
Oh, my goodness. That's a big building, though. 170 kilometers. Is that about 100 miles? 100 and... Yeah, because what is it? 1.66 kilometers is a mile? I don't know. Having a brain fart. That didn't feel right when I said it.
It's mainly about collaborations, turns out. That Saudi Arabia's ambitious space program provides a foretaste of exciting collaborations to come. The Saudi Space Commission was launched in December of 2018 under the Kingdom's Vision 2030 reform agenda. Never mind. Some sort of agenda for 2030 they're talking about, it seems. The Kingdom's Vision 2030 reform agenda. The state-funded body has struck cooperation agreements with the European Space Agency, UK, France, and Hungary. Huh. There you go.
I'm just getting in on it now, huh?
Well, for more than half a century ago, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to set foot on the surface of the moon. Since this historic milestone, governments, scientists, and now entrepreneurs have set their sights on more distant and ambitious goals. From Jeff Bezos' forays into space tourism with the Blue Origin and Elon Musk's dream of establishing colonies on Mars to NASA's launch of the James Webb Space Telescope and the UAE's Hope probe mission to Mars, space, it seems, is once again all the rage. So,
don't forget, though, folks, space is hard.
It seems like
what happened to that show? I actually enjoyed that show.
Canceled.
I was wondering that the other day
too.
I
really got canceled.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Jim Bridenstine said cancel.
I never watched it. But
I thought it
not only is space hard, but apparently it's hard to keep up with time on the space plane, if you will. This is I've been reading over these two stories trying to get my head around this one. Okay. Buckle up. Oh my goodness. So apparently, Earth just rotated so fast it was the shortest day in history. The history of the Earth. We just had the shortest day ever. It just completed a full rotation in a little over 1,000th of a second shorter than its normal 24-hour rate.
So how long is the shortest day of the year every year typically?
Apparently 1,000th of a second longer than this.
And this happened at a time completely separate from the other shortest day of the year. This is a new shortest day of the year?
Okay, I'm not sure. You've added a new layer to this, though.
Yeah, I didn't feel a slow down or speed up.
Well, it happened on June 29th, and everybody's freaking out because, you know, back in the 60s, that was when the Earth, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Back in 2020, Earth saw the shortest month ever measured since the 60s. That same year, the shortest recorded day of all time was recorded, which was 1.47 milliseconds.
Did you say the shortest month ever
I'm
recorded?
I'm reading the story to you.
And when was this shortest month ever recorded?
In 2020, but previous to that, it was in the 60s.
What month, though?
I don't know. It didn't tell me.
Huh. Wouldn't it have to be February, though?
I mean, not necessarily. If it was a leap year, I don't know. The same. Okay, so Earth continues to be not breaking records. Okay, so with rotations, make sure I'm reading this correctly. Okay. So while recent rotation, God. Okay, hold on. While recent rotations have been clocked at faster speeds, overall speeds have been slower. I'll read that again. While recent rotations have been clocked at faster speeds, overall speeds have been slower. When averaged over a period of a century, the Earth takes a couple of milliseconds longer to complete a full rotation, according to this study. In fact, a 50-year phase of shorter days could be beginning now. The cause of the Earth's altered spin at this time is unknown. However, scientists have theorized that it could be due to processes in the inner layers or outer layers of the core, possibly oceans, maybe tides. It could even be changes in climate. They don't fucking know.
Nobody said fidget spinners?
That's
it
what I
can't
was
be the
thinking.
fidget spinners, huh?
Maybe. Or it's these humans, these pesky humans. Some researchers also speculate it could be related to the movement of the Earth's geographic poles across its surface. Because according to scientists, this is known as the Chandler Wobbler. Sorry, don't Google that one. The Chandler Wobbler. It's similar to the tremble scene when a spinning top begins gaining speed or slowing down. One of the possible negative effects that could result from a faster spinning Earth is the introduction of the need for a negative leap second. This would come into play in order to keep the rate at which Earth orbits the sun consistent with measurements from the atomic clocks. Oh my God, Jesus help me. The introduction of negative leap seconds could lead to some issues in some IT systems. Y'all remember Y2K? I'm just saying.
Fuck.
Meta published a blog recently that stated a leap second mainly benefits scientists and astronomers, but it's a risky practice that does more harm than good. Let's see. A time jump could crash programs, corrupt data due to timestamps for storage subsystems.
This isn't unheard of. They've done this before. They do leap seconds. I think it's
not negative ones, not negatives. This is back in time.
Right.
This has got to go back in time. Well, and that's the problem. If you go back in time, then you have time travel. You got to go back and fix the bears and the colors and the. Yeah, you can't be doing this. So that's where my brain is broken with this whole idea that any of this is real. Well, number one. Number two, all this crap between the atomic clocks versus the sun, and what do we keep time with? Just because the decay of a thing they say does this, that, and the other doesn't mean it does. Fucking sky the clock, people. Wake the hell up. Oh, man.
They still use quartz in the atomic clocks. Just saying.
So the good thing is the International Earth Rotation Service in Paris, which tracks the planet's rotation, will notify governments 6 months in advance if and when leap seconds must be added or removed. Okay, wait, what the fuck? So they're going to know 6 months in advance when these leap seconds are going to happen.
No, that's not planned.
When they're going to be
So
needed.
it's not a planned event. They're not making this shit up as they go along. But I just read this in the story that the International Earth Rotation Service in Paris, I'm going to give you time to mull that one over. They track the planet's rotation, and they will notify government 6 months in advance if and when leap seconds must be added or removed. Because
I wonder if this has anything to do with stellar aberration. They can't. They have to take that into account. You would think. Then again, we are talking with space agencies here.
Yeah, I'm sure they're taking all of those things into account, Zach, and not just assuming that the Earth is spinning around.
Dude, they've got a whole team in Paris on this. Don't think it's not happening. I think I'm getting back on the ball now that I know there's a whole International Earth Rotation Service. I have
Earth Rotation Foundation Day.
Maybe somebody just ordered a couple extra seconds. And that's why the International Earth Rotation Service has been providing these extra seconds. And they'll know 6 months ahead of time when they're going to be needed to add it on because they will have known when it was already ordered. What kind of service would you be providing otherwise?
Wait, what? So I went to that. I just copy pasted International Earth Rotation Service in Paris. The first result from www.iers.org says no information is available for this page. Let me click on this and see what it's going to take me to. So it does take me somewhere. It just doesn't give you any info in the Google link, interestingly enough.
Oh, that's some real dramatic music. I guess that's going to do it for the first half. The whole entire first half. Done and dusted. Big shout out to everybody in chat. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Stick around. We got a whole nother hour of this.
This is iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio makes you want to move. When you have a great melody, the song will forever.
Instantly connected.
I love it when the beat goes.
Did you know you can listen to Truth Frequency Radio on iHeartRadio? Just download the app to your smart car, smartphone, or smart TV and get the best of TFR wherever you are.
iHeartRadio.
I'll see you there.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Who will that be? Donald Trump. Who will that be? President Trump. Who will that be? Donald Trump.
Here we go.
Who will that be? President Trump. We have gone from America first to America last. Democrats are vicious. Remember this, it's true.
Who would have thought that within 33 days we'd be bombing the Middle East? You can French kiss the guy next to you. Yelling abolish the police.
With your help, we will take back the House. We will win the Senate. And then a Republican president will make a triumphant return. Who will that be? Donald Trump. Who will that be? President Trump. Who will that be? Donald Trump. Who will that be? President Trump. We take great pride in our country. We teach the truth about history, and we reject left-wing lunacy.
Put the mask on! That's not funny! Put the mask on!
Yes,
Because ain't nobody having fun while the socialists are in charge.
With your help, we will take back the House. We will win the Senate, and then a Republican president will make a triumphant return. Who will that be? Donald Trump. Who will that be? President Trump. Who will that be? Donald Trump. Who will that be? President Trump.
By the way, in Washington, D.C., Bernie is wearing mittens. Hasbro now wants a gender-neutral Mr. Potato Head.
Fortunately,
Is yet to come.
3, 2, 1.
who will that be?
Donald Trump.
Who will that be?
President Trump.
Who will that be?
Donald Trump.
Who will that be?
Into the truth frequency. Your protection from deception. This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Good morning. I'm here.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up! What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
For you.
And welcome back to the first half of the second half of the show, kicking off right now. Hip, hip, hurrah.
Awesome Austin in chat says he cannot wait to get the studio set up so he could have the Melodome back. Sunday early light was just not, it felt weird. I woke up and everything, went through my, flat earth today and did all my morning rituals. And 9 o'clock came around. I went to go look and saw Austin's message. It was just like, aw, where's my Melodome? So yeah, I can't wait till you guys get back, man. It's going to be awesome. Missing you guys for sure.
Got a gorgeous place they're moving into. I saw pictures of the model home. It's like an awesome floor plan. Looks like the studio is going to be a beautiful little spot.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Sorry, I got bogged in playing backtrack in the chat.
Big shout out to Jonathan Kampala, too. Going to be a
absolutely congratulations
father
bro.
Soon, third time father here in just a few days.
Nice. Well done. Another flat earth baby. So I found one.
Nice.
This is called The Bite. Never really heard of The Bite. Oh, futurism.com.
We've done stories from The Bite, I'm sure.
Okay. So, astronaut complains of pervasive odor on space station. It's not easy cohabitating inside a tiny metal box while screaming through outer space at over 17. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Especially when it comes to foul odors that can't escape by simply opening a window. European astronaut Samantha Cristoforetti recalled the very specific smell she encountered once boarding the International Space Station. When I got here a couple of months ago for my second flight, I could immediately smell a very peculiar odor that brought me back instantly to the memories and sensations of my first flight's odors.
My drill instructors called it feet and ass.
Yeah. And then it says how she did all this stuff and she's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Fortunately, the space station stink didn't persist over time. Well, no, neither does the smell of sulfur in Whiting, Indiana. And it's not because the smell went away. It's because you got used to it. You got used to breathing in shit. And now you don't smell it anymore. So, but within a matter of days, I got used to it. And now I cannot smell it anymore. Adding that the station's filters take care of most of the smell. Oh, my God. There are, of course, a couple of places on the space station that can become a little bit smelly, she says. A little bit smelly. So if you're close to trash, of course, blah, blah, blah.
Wow, this is breaking news. So apparently on the ISS, if you're next to something that stinks, you're going to smell it.
Shocker. But then there are the big blue bags that holds the crew's solid toilet waste, which can, of course, be a little bit smelly as well, according to the astronaut. A little bit smelly. Take a bag of dog shit. You could tie that stuff up as tight as you want. Set it on your kitchen counter and see how long you'll let that thing sit there. These are big, giant bags of not just human shit, but dehydrated human shit.
And it's like, what else are they going to do with it?
You just put it in a bag in the corner.
Right. It's not like you can just figure out a way to airlock one section, put your waste there, go back inside and release it. I mean, it'd be one thing if you were on Earth and you had a trash service, they could pick it up and take it and dump it into a hole. I mean, Christ, you're in space. Where are you going to put all of your excess trash if not in the compartment with you? There'd just be no logical, safe, ecologically friendly way to dispose of waste in space.
And the brine that is left after water has been removed and recycled from urine can also cause a bit of a stink on board the station. Other than that, though, the space station smells very pleasant, she said. Which is reassuring,
right?
Kind of.
So aside from the garbage and the piss and the shit and the body odor, doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah, it smells great after you get over all that. Oh, my goodness. So that's newsworthy, folks. Yes. Big bags of shit smell bad. And trash.
And trash.
And trash. Go stick your head in your... I mean, this is...
Go spend a couple hours riding along in the back of a trash truck. Tell me what breaking news this is that trash stinks. Especially this time of year. This time of year is great. Maggots and all kinds of good stuff.
Oh, I feel so bad for those guys.
Yep.
What was the movie, The Brothers, Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen, where they were garbage men?
Sorry.
Was it Working Man? Men at Work was the musical
group. I think that was it. No, that was it.
Was it?
That was it.
They weren't the Australian.
So I just saw. Wait, where is it? Talking about the Scrubbers, Fecal Taste, and the thing. So think about this. How many times have you read the little story going by on whatever thing you're scrolling through, and you see the little story talking about that not only is your bathroom toilet dirty, your toilet area, your whole bathroom is literally covered with particles of fecal matter because of splashes, and even if you clean all the time, there is literally fecal matter in your toothbrush. These stories are out there all over the place. It's the manner in which we decided to deal with our waste in our bathrooms. Not in nature, not like we should be doing it, but all this splashy, evaporating thing. That's already out there in the world. So now amplify that with weightlessness. It would be a brown sheen over that whole fucking place, man. It would be nothing but like walls just, oh, good Lord. Anyway, sorry I grossed everybody out this morning, but it's so fucking such bullshit.
That's why they use just that little bit of negative pressure there on the toilets. That helps with the splashing. It just sucks you down. Complete the seal.
I know we're grossing everybody out. So, Chad, I'll see the little vomit icons, guys. Sorry, it's not our fault. I mean, it is. We're children. We can't help it. And Big Pine Sailing just brushed his teeth. Sorry, brother. Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, man. Did you hear
so
that?
Apparently, go ahead.
Now, you know on Mars how we're collecting samples, right? We're supposedly
all
collecting
that trash
samples.
we're leaving all over the place? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're collecting core samples and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Well, we were going to send another rover there to go collect samples and bring them back. Now they're saying they're going to send 2 more helicopters because the last helicopter did so well. So now this helicopter that could barely support itself, right? According to the physics, it shouldn't even be able to fly. There's not enough atmosphere for it to have any kind of lift at all. But it did, right? Miraculously. So now we're going to weight this thing down with rocks. This helicopter that shouldn't have been able to fly under its own weight, we're going to add more weight to it now. So it can transport the stones to the launch pad. And the launch pad, it's hilarious. This thing comes and hovers down, stops in midair above the ground, releases a tow cable that releases something else. That thing drops, and then the hover thing flies back into space. We can't do this on Earth, right? But we're going to do this millions of miles away when it takes 25 minutes to get a signal. So it's not like, oh, we're coming in a little bit hot. We need to hit the thrusters now. No, there is none of that. There is no remote control on this. That's like real time. You know, it crashes 25 minutes later. You found out it crashed. But just the absurdity of all this nonsense, I really think they're just trying to see how dumb people are with this. What will they believe? But I'm looking at it from a physics point of view, and most people don't. You know, they see the lightsaber and, oh, it's a lightsaber, dude. Come on. Where I look at it, it's like, yeah, but that's not real. How do you do that with light? That's not real. Planet 9 is running out of places to hide. They're still looking for Planet 9.
Mm-hmm.
That's only been, 150 years? Did you see? Oh, Cammie showed me this video yesterday. The View has had to backtrack 3 times last week because that stupid moron Whoopi Goldberg wouldn't just shut her mouth. She had to apologize. There's some group out there. It's like a right-wing conservative organization, and they had a rally. Well, a bunch of supposed neo-Nazis showed up outside of the rally to protest or pretend like they were there with them, you know? And they went on there saying how they support neo-Nazis and you let them in and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And everything they said was just a bold-faced, either just didn't do any research or flat out lied. And 3 out of the 5 shows last week, they had to retract their statements and apologize under threat of being sued. They got cease and desist orders from this group because they were lying, saying that they invited a neo-Nazi group to their thing. There was a guy in Russia, I forget his name, but he said, you know, the United States media is worse than Russia's media under Stalin, as far as lying and, you know, putting out propaganda and all this kind of stuff. Now, remember, it's legal. They're allowed to do this, especially if they get government funding, because the Smith-Mundt Act was redacted by Barack Obama. And that was an act that was put in that said, hey, you're not allowed to use propaganda on your citizens. The government is not allowed to try to trick their citizens into thinking a certain way. And Barack Obama did away with that. And not like they weren't doing that before that, but now they do it without any type of recourse, really. Unless you go like this group did and say, hey, I'm going to sue you unless you retract that and apologize. So, yeah, it's wild here watching this left-right paradigm fight over the brains of the masses. It's a really weird. And the funniest part is at the top, you know, they're all together. So it's really just a divide and conquer scheme. But it works, man. It really, really works the way that they do it. I got to give them at least the credit for that. They're good at what they do. I just feel bad for the people, like the ladies on The View. Do they know they're lying? Do they know they're being deceitful? Or are they just that ignorant? I don't think they're that ignorant. I mean, they've been around in, you know, the Hollywood world and this and that. They know a lot more that the going on.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
And I guess the metaverse is having some issues as well. Yeah,
there was one.
Yeah. Yeah, Zuckerberg, I guess, has been freaking out at company meetings and flipping out on all his employees and just not having that, you know, nice, patient, psychopathic smile that he normally does behind those dead eyes. Looks like there's some anger. Oh, and this is a wild one. Scientists reanimate dead spiders as robot gripping claws.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. It's called necrobiotics. Taking a once living organism that has now been deceased and using, I guess spiders have a pneumatic system. It's all run on air, their leg movement. And they found that if they control the amount of air in this one sack, this and that, by adding in, you know, creating a vacuum, that they can extend the spider's legs and then retract it to pick stuff up and then set it back down. So they're calling them necrobiotics. yeah, just I'm not going to get too into it. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing. They don't last very long. They're trying to find new types of things to make this. It's like, why? We have robots with tiny little hands and fingers that can do all this. Why are you playing with dead bodies and trying to reanimate them? That just doesn't sound, kosher, or I don't know.
At least Nike uses live people. I mean, sure, they're little kids, but you need those nimble fingers to stitch high quality stitch shoes. But not dead kids. They're not using dead kids to put shoes together, for crying out loud.
There's some kind of program they were trying to figure out a way to do this with soldiers. Anyway. Okay, clear this up from guys. Didn't we just do a story a few weeks ago? Bye-bye, Voyager. Sad day, cry, cry, cry. Right?
I remember.
This is
good. Okay. Thought I wasn't mistaken. So apparently NASA just woke up, Voyager 1, 23 billion kilometers away.
And it doesn't even know where it is.
So previous to this, the last communication session took place in 2018, checking performance of the engines after decades of inactivity. Now, this is a system that was slated or predicted to work for 5 years. A maximum of 5 years is what NASA expected when this was launched. 45 years later, come on, really? Fuck, wake up. You can't believe this is really going on out there, do y'all? Not these people that are here, but these other idiots that think that, yeah, I'm going to go out there in the backyard and crank up that 45-year-old fucking computer. Not a car even, a computer. We're not talking about a mechanical device that, oil it enough and tweak and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we'll get it going again. A computer. And not even a computer, a fucking handheld calculator. Probably not even a handheld calculator. My brain can't deal. Yeah, I cannot deal. But no, that whole goodbye, Voyager, you're gone, we love you, it's too sad thing. Forget about that. Because not only did they just wake it up, they're going to wake it up again. And I just saw it. In a few years, I don't know. 2025, they're going to wake it up again. They got these plans already in. I give up. I don't even know anymore how people can even conceive us in some type of fucking reality. Okay, Walt ran over.
We did it on Star Trek, Walt. It works in Star Trek, right? It can work in reality too.
Sure.
Shatner seems like a good guy.
I read a book this one time about something called satellites, and it made a lot of sense to me. So I think there could be satellites. Because, if the Earth is spinning and gravity works, then you should be able to eventually launch a satellite just to that perfect little Goldilocks zone that it stays in a geosynchronous orbit above you. Theoretically. That seems plausible. So, satellites. That way we don't have to use up all the helium and make big weather balloons anymore.
Yeah, I saw this. I read this book about Neverland.
Oh,
it
yeah.
seemed pretty plausible, too.
Just second start of the writing, straight on till morning.
Dude, you ought to try Dianetics. That shit seemed real as fuck. But I kid the Scientologists. Oh. Wow, is it really almost time for another break? I think it is. It feels like it. Yeah, it's coming. Here in just a few minutes. Wow,
have you guys ever heard of a Polish dog?
I think I've heard this joke before, but I forgot.
Not like a brat.
Well, no, for real. Nope, it's thinner than a hot dog. It's called a Polish dog.
I probably have. I've eaten a variety of.
I cannot find them anywhere except for the Chicagoland area.
Huh.
I don't know if it's something, because there's a big Polish community in Northwest Indiana and the south side of Chicago. They have big giant Polish festivals there every year, the Pierogi Festival. But like all the hot dog vendors on the corners and whatnot also sell these things called Polish dogs. And it's just a little bit skinnier than a hot dog, maybe a little bit longer, and it's like red.
Like a Rocky Mountain oyster, I think. It's like the complimentary dish to the Rocky Mountain oyster.
They're so good. And nobody's ever heard of them around here. In Denver, they didn't have them. I want a Polish dog so bad. They used to be 2 for $5. You'd get 2 Polish dogs and a fry and a drink for like $5.95 or something like that. And I miss them. They were always at the Euro shops. But yeah, I cannot find a Polish dog. It's like that.
I keep waiting for the punchline. I know. I'm just like.
No, for real. I just.
I know, Zach. I know. But it just sounds like the setup of a great joke.
Yes, big pine sailing nose, Maxwell in Chicago. Exactly.
All right, there you go. You got it back.
Maxwell's Red Hots. Yeah.
Oh wait.
I was thinking K9
Red Hots are not small. They're big and fat. You buy them in big old pack.
No, not these. These are small little skinny guys that are even.
When I was 18 working on a rig, my cousin bought some for us to take off on my first rig run and bring in food. And he was like, "You never had these?" I'm like, "I don't know what that is. Apparently they're like hot dogs, and it was like this big, huge, fat. I'm going to have to find out what that was. Hang on. Oh, I had music.
Like a pickled summer sausage, I think, in some sort of.
Yeah, that was a Polish.
Something like that, maybe. Something like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen them around before.
Yeah, big pine sailing. He went to school in Chicago. Said you can smell them from 95. The onions they put on there.
Blame. I engaged in this the big share of my life until I met Mr. Show. I used to blame my negative relatives. I used to blame the government. I used to blame taxes. I used to blame prices. I said, it costs too much. Shoaff said, no, let's cover the real problem. You can't afford it. I thought, wow, I never looked at it like that before. Shoaff said, sir, you must intellectually understand. It's not it that's your problem. It's you that's your problem. It's not out there that's the problem. Out there is like it's been for 6,000 years. You can't cure that. But what you can cure is errors in judgment, errors in attitude, errors in activity, errors in misjudging results. I found that the errors were within. But see, he had to go after me on that point.
Extendivite is more than just a heart tonic. Do you have any of these symptoms? Night cramps in the hands and feet. Your arms and legs often go to sleep. On short walks, do your legs get aches and pains? Is your memory worse than it used to be? Ankles that swell late in the day? Has your blood pressure increased lately? If you answered yes to even one of these questions, you may have early warning signs of arterial blockages. Your body is saying that it is time to take Extendivite. These are not the normal signs of aging. They are the warning signs that accompany blocked arteries. Get your Extendivite today. Extendivite is available in capsule or liquid form for just $69.95 for a 2-month supply. To get started, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Greetings, Earth Explorers. My name is Brooks Agnew, and I am your host on X Squared Radio every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Truth Frequency Radio Network. This is where the past meets the future. We explore the mysteries of the universe and of the Earth. We might go a little past your imagination, but have no fear. You will be safely traveling with us. We will dissolve the propaganda of dangerous people. with dangerous plans for the planet. We will discuss the latest technologies and challenges for humankind. We will discover the safest place for you to stand when the thinkings and doings of mankind come flying apart, and how you can be one of the people that helps put it back together. Join us.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
You're listening to Truth Frequency Radio.
We are TFR.
Yes, science!
Yes, science.
Okay, I know. Thank you, Jesus. You know, you allow the guy to talk you in one time, and he just won't shut the fuck up. Welcome back to the Ironworks. Right here, Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com. Big shout out to Stephen Hawking and his infinite glory.
So did you see that they drone striked top Al-Qaeda leader, and
No.
Biden was on screen toting about it? He actually spoke somewhat coherently for like 4 straight minutes. I was just waiting for the gaffe. I mean, this is the first president I've actually watched, like, listen to his speeches. But it's not for the information. It's for the comic relief you get. But yeah, he's all touting, no, blah, 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 from 21 years ago, I got this guy who was with Osama bin Laden and blah, 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 blah. Sorry, Joe, this ain't going to help your poll numbers, dude. It worked for Barack Obama getting reelected when he went and that was nice. He got, Osama bin Laden just months before his second term election. And I think that had a lot, that was a big bump for him. But this one, I don't think it's going to work, Joe. He killed some like 80-something-year-old. I mean, I don't know. I haven't even heard the name Al-Qaeda in years. So it wasn't on people's radar.
Probably nobody's. I bet you there's radar operators that run the drones are like, what the fuck is he talking about? What did we do?
Yeah. What's this guy's name?
Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. Yeah, people that are younger have no idea even about they heard about it in school when they read about it in his storybook. Oh my goodness. Not gonna work there, Joe. All while saying that, okay, we have words. We have these words. And there's a lot of them out there, and they all have a meaning and a definition that goes with it. So if your country's GDP, gets smaller for 2 quarters in a row of the year, for half a year, if your economy of your country shrinks and gets smaller, they call that a recession. But not anymore. Not here in the United States. That's just a word. That's semantics, they like to say now. That's just semantics. You guys want to
It's
get all...
just you trying to use the fucking words that are correct ones for this situation. What do you
Yeah.
think?
But it's not really a recession because this and these statistics and these statistics and these statistics. So it's not a real recession. It's just an official recession.
Remember all those jobs I killed? Remember all those jobs I killed during COVID? All those jobs came back. So it's not like really a recession, is it? I mean, as long as you don't look at how we define a recession, just ignore the definition and look at the jobs. Look at all those jobs that managed to come back after I killed them. It's amazing. With all this job growth, I mean, that doesn't sound like a recession. That's because you're not using the definition of a recession, but that's basically the whole argument there is job growth. Job growth and unemployment means not a recession for the people that don't know how to define recession, apparently.
And the one statistics they like to lead out, because, unemployment is down. Well, no. People aren't working. People are refusing to work because there's so many companies now that have requirements. These mandatory things that you have to have done to your body against your will in order to work. Now, not every place is doing this, but a lot of them. They have that right to say that you have to have this done if you want to work here. They're not forcing you to get it, but if you want to work, in their company, then you'll have to have this done. And there's a lot of people out there that can't find a job where this isn't the case. I think we're going to see mom and pop. And yeah, so if you're not
I think that would mean
actively looking for a job and just can't find one, if you're just not looking and not planning on working, you're no longer considered unemployed. You're just one of the others that they don't like to talk about. See, it's the people that are actively searching and getting unemployment that are considered unemployed. So because that number's gone down, so the economy's doing better.
Yeah, if you don't have a job and you're just sitting on your ass, not doing a fucking thing, that's not what unemployment means.
No, not at all. No, you have to be actively searching and wanting a job, trying to get a job to be considered unemployed. And because so many people have decided, hey, screw you, I'm going to do whatever I need to on my own to get by. I'm not doing that. Yeah, they're saying, the unemployment numbers are down. Even though less Americans are working now than, I don't know, any time I forget what number it was. But we have less people in the workforce here than we have in a while. It's been a long time since we've had this few people actually employed in this country. But yet unemployment is down? Doesn't make sense. That's why statistics are nonsense, folks. You got to read the fine print.
Inconceivable!
I love it. I love it. So let's get on some good news.
Well, I have some good news. Oh, well, actually, I don't have good news. Damn it. I thought I was going to, bring it back around again and kill a little callback. And guess what? It's not going to work because apparently I have to subscribe to this to actually read the story. But apparently, if you own a Husqvarna lawnmower, why, you can have it sing happy birthday to the Mars Curiosity rover.
What?
Get the fuck out of here. I can't read the story, though. I am not subscribed. Josh, you dropped it. Do you have access to the actual...
Let me see. I have to...
story?
Man,
It's
I
up a
like
bit.
Husqvarna, too. I did.
I did.
I could have sworn
they made really great motorcycles back in the day.
Call
And
back to the rover and to the birthdays, but no, they blew it for me.
Those chainsaws.
Oh, the frickin' not weed eater, but it had a thing at the end you could change out So you could put like a blade on the end that you could destroy underbrush and small branches and shit with. That my uncle had that we used to use on his place when I was probably I don't know, 10, 12, something like that. That thing was a beast.
Yeah, Husqvarnas, those are nice. Not cheap either, but they were definitely worth it. They make a really sound motor.
But yeah, it's way up there, Josh. It's like
I found it. Yeah, apparently I'm not.
You can't see it either.
No.
I do that sometimes. Just get a good headline, drop it, and never go to it, and then find out I can't actually read it later. So it happens.
It's the beauty of the
I know
search
we
engines, though.
glazed over the fact that something was falling from the sky, and then I see you put in a calculation of the risks of someone actually being killed by space junk. I'm trying to get to it. Oh man, the new study using like just all bukus of data and crap. And is there a number anywhere in this story? Okay, here we go. Casualty expectation over the next decade as a result of uncontrolled rocket reentries, assuming that each reentry spreads lethal debris over an area of 10 square meters, they found there is a 10% chance of one or more casualties over the next decade on average. Bunch of math bullshit. So there you go. That's your chance of dying from a falling rocket, which I saw some interesting footage of. Sorry, I had a sudden jump there in my lap. But yeah, and we're getting some thunder. But apparently, yeah, keep your eye on the sky. So yeah, I saw some cool. I'm sorry, there's a picture here. I'm really confused by.
Sorry.
Here,
I was going to listen to this happy birthday song.
You do the happy birthday while I get this picture on the screen.
Sorry, I'm just going to back it up a little bit. So on August 5th, 2012, NASA landed the Curiosity rover on Mars. A year later, it celebrated its first birthday on the planet by doing something no one should have to do. Sing happy birthday to itself.
That was awesome.
Oh, no, we're not done yet.
Ooh.
On August 5th, Husqvarna is launching a software update, giving our robotic lawnmowers a voice to sing happy birthday to the loneliest robot in the universe.
And there we go.
Okay. All right, there you go. Happy birthday, everybody, and the Mars rover. All right, well, you did a recall. I'm doing another recall. Okay, so the falling space debris story had this picture that I will include in the show description because there's no way you cannot enjoy the picture.
There we go. Oh, that's something.
You all right there, Walter?
Yeah, I think you muted yourself, or did you fall out? I didn't hear you thump off the table.
Cats. They did something. They jumped on a keyboard, or they're ready for their breakfast. Saying, "Dad, give me my food." Gotta love the little kitties. Minions all better.
Anybody want to guess what just happened?
Cats.
Kitty cat.
No. I remember I was saying, oh, it sounds like we're getting a storm. Well, we are in the dark right now. Did y'all see the picture for half a second before I got cut out?
Yes.
Yeah, so that picture I will include in the show description once I'm back online. But if you look at that, number one, what kind of space debris is that? It looks like one of those modules we saw back in the day saying, okay, that looks like some shit from the sea. And number two, that's supposed to be an impact site. It's sitting on top of the sand with footprints under it. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. I'll get on my headset here in a second. But yeah, I'm in the dark. I'm sorry.
You just don't understand how it works with space debris. Space debris is different than other falling rocks that make craters and impacts. They're still not quite sure how it works, but yeah. It comes down and it kind of hovers for a second and then falls. No, I'm just making stuff up, folks. None of that is real. Nobody claimed that. They might as well, though. It's not as far-fetched as some of their other claims, in my opinion.
Truth.
Oh, I've been getting chuckles. Neil deGrasse Tyson, that other guy, do the Star Talk. He can't help but mention Flat Earth every single show. Every single show he brings up Flat Earth. It is eating away at him so bad. He's probably told he has to. But yeah, it's been quiet kind of on the science. Bill Nye, I mean, Neil on his Star Talk will say Flat Earth, but there's not. Remember how it used to be? How they were so cocky and arrogant and wanted to talk about it so they could make fun of it. Now they kind of. I haven't seen anything from, not Bill Maher, Bill Nye. Since his one show flopped, I haven't seen anything from that guy. Maybe he retired. I don't know. But yeah, we got about, 10 minutes to go here.
Indeed, sir. Ish.
So yeah, supposedly, Meta is in very deep philosophical competition with Apple to build the metaverse. Philosophical competition. This is a competition of philosophies and idea. Okay. Are ready to butt heads in selling hardware for augmented and virtual reality.
So the philosophy isn't data mining and money making. For one of them, apparently. I wonder which one isn't about data mining and money making.
Zuckerberg said of the brooding rivalry, and we believe that there is a lot to be done in specialization across different companies. And that will allow a much larger ecosystem to exist. So it sounds like he's just wanting to survive all this. I know. Yeah, he's been freaking out lately, according to all and this is all just the show. But if you step back and look at it from a bigger picture, it's not about Mark Zuckerberg. It's about, Meta, or Facebook, now known as Meta, the company. And yeah, how people are really turning away from really all of these companies that are pushing this far left agenda. Going woke. Disney is losing money hand over fist. Walmart is not doing very well since they made their big woke thing. There's all Pizza Hut. If I were a stockholder, I would be furious right now. You people out there should be furious. You don't invest your money into a corporation that's, going to start losing your money to promote political aims, their
Unless
political agenda.
that is your basic philosophical difference. One is about immediate return on investment. The other one's more of about a socio-political shifting, bringing in a new, a fresh-faced regime to rule the earth. A new world order, if you will.
Yeah. So which company do you think is... See, I think Apple is more about making money.
I think that the story's all bullshit, and they're both all about making money, data mining, and bringing in the new world order. But what the fuck do I know?
Yep, you're right. You're right. And this is just a little bit of frosting for people to salivate on. But yeah, Meta is not taking off like they wanted it to. This whole virtual world, I bet that guy's kicking himself in the ass for spending $400,000 on virtual property next to Snoop Dogg.
I hope he
is. I mean, how often do you think Snoop Dogg is in there hanging out? Really? Snoop Dogg, who can go anywhere on earth and hang out.
That's the beauty of the meta, though. It can be Snoop Dogg in the meta, even if in real life it's Steve the intern.
Yeah, exactly. So you're hanging out with Steve the intern thinking you're buddies with Snoop now. And you would never know the wiser, ever. It sounds like Snoop. I'm sure they got voice boxes for Snoop. They got voice boxes for everything now. You should see some of these guys that they play Grand Theft Auto as Donald Trump and make videos. Just like stupid, funny videos about him saying stuff. Oh my goodness. You should hear the children laughing. I mean, there are like 7, 8, 10-year-olds playing this game. I'm sorry. Parents, what are you doing? I mean, you get up there, you're mid-teens. Your child has a cell phone. There's not much on that game that they're going to see that they haven't seen already. Don't kid yourself. But these children that are not even 10 years old yet, and they speak like truckers. Like sailors would come running out of the bar if this child walked in there. Some of these children. The mouth on them. I mean, we never had anything like this when we were growing up. Nothing like this. It's like allowing your child to go hang out at a high school party, a 10-year-old, with no parental supervision, those type of high school parties. Yeah, it's a wild new world out there where, parents really need to monitor what their children are doing on these things. I mean, my mom did. I wasn't allowed to play video games like that until I was, afford to go buy them myself. And yeah. Well, they didn't even have video games like that when I was, well, they did. I can't say they didn't. There's a game out there for DOS called Leisure Suit Larry. All you old gamers know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, dude. Fucking I played some Leisure Suit Larry.
That was like hardcore pornography for me.
I know,
yeah,
that was some
at that
hardcore
age.
stuff when we were that age, right?
Yeah, there was no phone there was no internet to even go jump on and look at stuff like that. That was like, whoa, holy crap. It was like watching Terminator when I was 7 years old and seeing boobies for the first time. That about does it, folks. We got a couple minutes here.
It may be a few hours before I get back in. I have no clue why the electricity is already gone, because it's not that bad of a storm. It's not like whipping winds or anything else. Just a little lightning and thunder. Nothing crazy. And yeah, we're sitting here in the dark. Shell's awake with no coffee. And yeah, it's not a good day. Not a good day so far.
Maybe a transformer was struck or something like that. Hopefully they'll
I'm
have
sure
it back.
something like that. And they'll get it back, in 17 hours or whatever they said the other day. Whatever that bulletin was. And better news for Louisiana, I will throw this out before we leave. As of today, or is that yesterday? What's today? Second, yeah. So as of yesterday, August 1st, here in the state of Louisiana, the law enforcement officials no longer can come to your house and bust in because they smell the aroma of smoked cannabis. It is no longer I can't read the story exactly, but yeah, they can't just. That's not a probable cause.
Yeah, no longer probable cause for just coming into somebody's house, but you are no longer allowed to smoke or vape it in your cars. So it's going to be more than enough PC to search your vehicle.
Oh yeah,
but it always has been, I think. So not that big.
It always has been.
Yeah, there's been some states have gone against it. Some states allow it. I know there are some states where just the smell is not enough probable cause. They have to go. Then if you refuse to be searched, then you have to wait there while they get a canine unit on scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then if the canine does its reaction, then they have the right to search. But yeah, there's a couple states where they're saying that doesn't fly. You can't just say it smells like marijuana here.
And I think there's a lot of attorneys out there, and even those other states, that'll say that you don't have to wait for a canine unit to show up. If they don't have the probable cause to search and you don't give them consent, then they don't get to just sit there and hold you until they can bring somebody else there that might be able to drum up some probable cause enough to get you to have search anyway. But
love y'all.
Love you guys. We'll see you back here Friday. Thank you guys so much in chat. Thank you in Rockfin and all the other platforms. Much love, Truth Frequency Radio, even though the chat's a little bit quiet over on that side. It's early. Be good, be well. We'll see you on Friday morning.